the Mossberg 590. Okay, the premier home defense shotgun is not what this is. Okay, this is what we call the big boy's gun. This is a Remington 870 Wingmaster. Okay, the what separates it for you, right, is given Remington's storied past. Who cares? In 1978, they made this gun. I think the serial number situation is very difficult to pinpoint, but that's what I'm going with. It did come with a bunch of nice wood furniture. I wanted a more modern tactical look, so I went ahead and redid it all. This is the Remington 870, a classic in shotgun lineage. The Mossberg, for me, was the starting point on your shotgun journey. It's for the kids. You got the back of the tang safety, so you can actuate it with your little thumb. But I think as you grow up, right, you switch to a Remington because of its lineage and how old it is. Could it stand for some updates? Yes. But let's make sure it's clear and break her down. Starting from the back, okay, we have a pussified pad on here. I really did this just for grip. Wanted some grip on there, okay. This is probably the biggest point of contention on this current build, okay. We have the Ergo Grip pistol grip stock adapter found at Joe Bob Outfitters for about a fourth of your Mesa Tactical one. Mesa Tactical has some really nice features that you pay for. Okay? This is polymer. Okay? And when we're screwing metal into polymer, I'm going to put it under hard use. It's not a good thing. Okay? Do I intend on putting this to hard use? No. Okay? But the other downside to the Ergo Grip is this angle here, which when you shoulder it, it does put your eyes in sight with the slug gun sights. All right. Is it visually appealing? Nah. Okay. Does it get the job done? Sure. Are there times when I need to correct this and make it back straight? Yeah. But it was $20. So for a hillbilly home defense, this is the answer. Now at Joe Bob Outfitters for $20, I also was able to get this, which is a Ergo Grip, okay, and it doesn't have any of the beaver tail stuff on it, and that's fantastic. The Ergo Grip and Hoe Grip are my go-to grips. All you dudes that are like, oh, I like Magpul. Okay, cool. Enjoy your pumpkin spice lattes. All right, so this, you take off your stock, and then you thread this in there. This gets threaded in there. You do need a castle nut for that. This is polymer. Some of the non-mass shipped ones I did see have a set screw in this location. This one does not. Do I wish it did? Yeah, it doesn't. Moving forward, we do have this Amazon ammo card. Okay. Why do we want Velcro? It was $13. How many did I get? 2. Okay. So I guess I could get. No, I couldn't. So this here, I wiped the side with acetone per the instructions. And I don't know if you guys can see, but it's starting to peel off there a little bit. Is it a big deal? No. Once again, not intending for hard use. But it lets you switch stuff out, and you got an extra one. From what I've heard, A fully loaded card is about the equivalent to the diameter slash dimensions of a loaded AR-15 magazine, so you should be able to slide this into a vest. Moving forward, okay, speaking of Magpul, simple pumpkin spice latte people, okay, we do have the Magpul forend, which was an original idea, was to utilize these M-lock slots. I even have went through a number of configurations to the bottom rail where I had a hand stop that sucked. I had a BCM vertical grip, which was tan, so I took it off because I wanted an all black aesthetic. The idea was, okay, originally the flashlight was mounted in this first slot here, so that as you're racking the action, your hand is going to pull on the vertical grip, and then your web of your thumb is going to be able to push that flashlight forward. Okay, that way you can guarantee that you're working that action. Ultimately, I didn't want a flashlight on my hand guard thing. It escapes me because when I had it there and I was working the action with a flashlight on, it would change the focus of my flashlight. There are so many flashlights that are integrated into this grip that the industry must not think that it's an issue. For me, this shotgun is set up to be a good angle, home defense, defend a room style thing. That's why the ergo grip thing cool. I wanted a pistol grip. Okay, pistol grip. The plan for this is just to stay in a static position, despite what the intro may have done. You know, in other hands, it could be a divisive weapon. The sights are your slug gun sights. These came with it. The front one's messed up. They're rifle styled. It is a smooth bore barrel. Would I change it for a 18-inch bead dot? Absolutely. Do they cost anywhere from $100 to $300? Yeah. So it's good enough for what it is. The barrel clamp is something that you get off of Amazon. It was like $15, rubberized on the inside. Comes with a cutie mount and a rail, which is how I attached this Magpul flashlight holder. And inside here we have the Streamlight. I want to say it's a ProTac 2L-X. They do come in a variety of lumen sizes, rechargeability. I went with the non-rechargeable because I have a little stockpile of Streamlight batteries. It is 500 lumens and it does have multiple functions. The reason it's here is because we're not beyond the barrel, okay? And when I'm in my static position, I can have that light on. Lots of theory as to white light operations. I did write Streamlight an email and say, hey, is there a pressure pad that you could have for this flashlight? They do make some that are for their other flashlights. They'll fit their smaller flashlights, but I wanted one for this one to go to my handguard because at least then I can have momentary on, momentary off. The magazine extension, okay, is the Chayote, which I'm sure I'm butchering the spelling, 2 capacity. I went with the Chayote magazine spring and follower. I didn't have any problems with it being too long. I didn't have any issues with the follower binding. I chose the follower because it is orange and I want that visual representation for my stay anywhere gun. Also, this is the 2+1. I don't know, their sizing system is so weird. But on an 18.5-inch barrel, I didn't want it to hang out any, so I just went with the 2er. So that gives me a total, with one in the chamber, I want to say 7 rounds. So my card, right, pretty much replenishes that entire mag. Oh wait, then I have the other one where I can keep it in my pouch. I didn't do anything with the trigger. I didn't redo any of the finish. That is about it. I didn't switch out the extractor yet because the one downside, I think, of the Remington style bolts is their NIM, which is like some sort of inferior machining here. This extractor should be easy enough to switch out. You can get them online for $25. Right now, I'm in a search for fiber optic slug gun sights. I did have the idea of getting a rail to put a red dot on there, but then you're switching all this up, so you need the Mesa Tactical High Mount and all that jazz. And I just didn't want to get into that. Okay, the idea was to keep it simple, so that's why our light is in a fixed position. If it's on, it's on. If it's off, it's off. Our front handguard, right, is simple. While it's mag pull, it does offer some nice leverage there towards the front. The grip, awesome. I have the capability of a reload, and I do have a collapsible stock. Okay, don't ever keep it like that. That sucks. Also, just a little secret between you and me. This commercial size stock, because no one else is going to support that. You can't put it on your AR. Well, you can't put it on AR. But if you're like, oh, hey, I need a stock for that. Okay, you have that extra tube hanging out. Okay, just put it on a shotgun. Because that's what I did. Well, ladies, gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, because no ladies watch this. I've seen the things. If you like this type of content breakdown, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Mossberg, Remington, what's your choice? Okay, what would you go with? And where should we go next? You guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.